Our second match of the day. Happy versus Infi, best of 3. It's a little bit of a rematch from 2 days ago? Wait, 3 days ago? 3 days ago, I think. Infi went up against Happy with Night Elf. That didn't work out too well. Today he's switching to Orc, and I think that is the better choice. Happy's matchup against Night Elf is just insanely good. I think with Orc he's gonna have much better chances. And what's he doing here? Farseer opening, that much is a given. I was wondering if perhaps Farseer Grunt Expo could be a possibility, but no, it's Farseer Headhunters 2 borrow tech, so not a fast tier 2 rush for a fast TC, but rather a good amount of Headhunters early.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Happy, trying to creep heavy early on. The goal here for the Undead is to get level 2 and 3 as quickly as possible, and then to flip the table and go on a Headhunter hunt. Where's the critter? There's normally a critter here somewhere. There was an Acolyte, but he didn't find the critter, and neither did I. That makes creeping this camp a little bit tougher without skellies at the beginning. Oh! Huge last hit! Oh my god. That means Infi wins the early game. This one last hit. That's the early game one. So first of all, there was no critter here, which was bad luck for Happy. And secondly, he gets the last hit. And that instantly puts Infi in a great position. Also the DK is low HP, low mana. We have to remember, by the way, this is on Neddy's server, so Happy definitely has the ping disadvantage, especially when it comes to creep last hits. That makes a big difference. And Infi's in a really fine position. More and more Headhunters are coming in. And not having to deal with the aura now is huge. Oh my god, the coil lands. If Infi gets that last hit as well, that would have been insane. This DK would have never gotten level 2 in time. But Happy, importantly, secures that last hit and is very close now to level 2.
A player's forces are under attack.
I like the Skelly Scout. Always a couple of Skellies out somewhere else, away from the DK. So he knows where the Headhunters are coming, even if he's giving a bit of experience away. And this should be level 2 from the Warden. Right? Happy cannot afford to give up this last hit, and he doesn't. He gets level 2. And that shows you how important it was to get that second last hit right here. If he doesn't get that, he doesn't get level 2, and he would have been in a stranglehold this whole early game. Now trying to get the surround. This is also an area where the higher ping makes things a lot harder. Trying to surround the Headhunters. This one gets away. Oh, that one though might get caught. Happy's trying to close it. Oh, so close. Ooh, great saves. Really important for Infi to try to save as many of these as he can. But one does get trapped. The DK is running down the other. There's 2 Headhunters going down. But the good thing about this build is you have plenty of Headhunters. So you can perhaps afford to lose 1 or 2. But Happy recovers. That first creep was a really tough position. But then Happy, thanks to the aura, turns it around. Without aura, all this wouldn't be possible. Alright, what's happening in the main base? Tier 2 about to finish. Happy has no lumber though. He enlisted so many of his ghouls to partake in the fight that... Is that a ghoul kill? No, it's an Acolyte kill. He enlisted so many ghouls that his lumber economy is heavily suffering. DK has to swipe once more. Saving the coil? No. Lich second, and TC second. No Shadow Hunter here. When Happy has been off racing... sorry about the overlay, by the way, guys. It keeps bugging out. I have to refresh. Feel free to remind me to refresh the overlay. Since the newest version, there's some kind of bug in our tool. We don't know exactly why. So sometimes the items and stuff don't display the images. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, Happy, when he was off-racing as Orc, he's been playing a lot of Shadowhunter map control. It seems like most Orcs still prefer the TC. So tier 3 now started for Happy as well. He's behind by a lot though. And with the massive headhunters, Infi can creep the middle pretty well. The sentry ward also very valuable to give him plenty of vision. DK's items are okay. Lots of survivability. He's certainly lacking in the damage department on the Lich. But there is a marketplace, so claws could very well be acquired still. Fluid of accuracy for Infi is absolutely tremendous. Happy sees the creep. That must be Creepjack, right? He's got level 3 DK. Yeah, must be a Creepjack here now. Thanks to the sentry, Infi sees it coming early. And he's going to pick up the last hit, but oh, this might cost him. There's no speed scroll. He didn't buy a speed scroll. Oh, one headhunter died already. This could be 3 more. Yeah, that's a second and a third. And the DK's got the coil locked and loaded. Trying to even save the mana, but no, gonna invest it now. Oof. 4 headhunters lost at this camp. Really risky for Infi to try to creep this camp. He should have perhaps known that the DK was close to level 3. He had the sentries, so perhaps that gave him a false sense of security. But that was a sick Creepjack. Sick Creepjack. That's 4 headhunter kills after 3 headhunter kills in the early game. And with that, I'd say Happy has the lead again. Yeah, Infi probably getting a little bit too greedy. After getting this camp, the safer play would have been to take the natural, maybe take these creeps here, but he wanted to get the big item. He got it. There was only a Book of the Dead. Did he sell it already? I guess he did. Did he use it? No, he must have sold it. Alright, trying to go for the red camp now. This TC certainly needs to creep. Farseer's level 3, but his levels soon won't matter too much anymore. Farseer is a very good early game hero. As I like to think, he's the best level 1 hero in the game. But the downside is, he falls off heavily. Falls plus 12. Okay, a bit more damage. Never bad. And now Happy is going to be ready to take a shot outside the main. Lots of ghouls still alive. Frenzy about to finish. Did Happy lose a ghoul here on this first map, guys? I'm not sure. He definitely didn't lose many. I think at most 1 or 2. Which... it looks so easy when Happy does it. But I dare you. You guys try playing this ghoul build and... I can tell you from personal experience, the wheels can fall off this wagon real fast. Alright, TC's level 3. That was very much needed. Infi would love to get a level 3 Shadowhunter as well. This map, medium size. Honestly, not the most creeps on this map. Especially third hero oftentimes has a tough time creeping. Which, in my estimation, means that, is why the bigger the map, the more creeps there are, the better it tends to be for the Orc. In my opinion. Because, the way I see it, the Undead doesn't really need high levels. I think the Lich is fine on level 2, the Dark Ranger is fine on level 2, maybe even level 1. But the Shadowhunter really has issues if he's not level 3, or the TC isn't level 3. In my estimation, the Orc heroes really all need to be level 3 for the Orc to be in a comfortable position. Dark Ranger now solo creeping. There's also lots of skellies. Fairly frequent Orc mistake is to try to fight into the undead after they've been creeping with Dark Ranger and they have lots of skeletons. This is something you really want to avoid. Especially if the Dark Ranger is level 3, which now she is. Triple level 3 on Happy. And now it might be time to fight. Fiend transition starting to come in. This is normally what we see from Happy. Ghoul build to start things off. Frenzy timing. And then transitioning late into Fiends. I've criticized Happy before for being a bit passive in the late game. Like after this camp, he fell back. Creep a few more green camps. He could have just forced to fight right away. The bigger the army gets for the Orc, the more upgrades that there are, the more this damage output from the Berserkers is going to be insane. And with this green camp, the Shadowhunter indeed is going to get the level 3. Very important. Happy picks up a scroll of healing. And Wand of Illusion as well. Wand of Illusion can be hugely impactful. There were a couple of games at the DreamHack Global Finals where Happy won the game against the Orc because of Wand of Illusion. Used it on the DK on heroes, and then those illusions soaked up so much damage that the Headhunters essentially wasted. Infi also has illusions, but I think they're not going to work out so well for him because Happy isn't going to focus the heroes or A-click the ground. Happy's going to target the Headhunters one after the next. Normally. And the armies are growing to quite the immense size. 67 supply for Happy already. The supply lead now reflecting the early game where a lot of Headhunters were killed. The illusion not going to bait anything out of Happy just yet. We got 2 Raiders for Ensnare and a whole bunch of Berserkers. And then we go. Silence comes through. It's a triple silence. All the heroes were stacked up on top of each other. Shadowhunter dropping low, but good invul transfer. TC got off 1 stomp. The CORSAIR! Coil! Wait, the coil missed? I think he misclicked the coil. I think he used it on a ghoul if I saw that right. Ooh, lucky break for Infi. The CORSAIR survived. He was supposed to be dead to rights right there. And here's the illusions. DK illusions in the front, and you can see how much damage they are soaking up indeed. TC gets off 1 big stomp. But the heal scroll is there to heal up the ghouls, but good position on the Berserkers. They're behind the buildings, very hard to reach. But Happy still wants to push. I guess I kind of neglected to mention this item. The Catgas Pipe, of course, is amazing for Happy. But Infi is holding for now. DK doesn't have much mana left. Stomp comes in, more kills. TC now level 4, but now he's the one out of mana. Infi's got a big army. Still left over. 1 more Fiend taken out. Speed Scroll. Chase. Partly dispelled, but not completely. Infi's got a big supply lead. All of a sudden, Nova comes in. Not sure against what, but this is Undead Heroes with statues. Oh, coil! Last second. That was crucial. Dark Ranger trying to find more kills with the Black Arrow. Happy still has a chance to turn this fight around. The aura here is so sick, but he needs more coils for more healing. Lich, DPS, really not the highest. Chain Lightning! It must be a kill. 1 more shot from the Berserker, the Dark Ranger falls. It's a huge deal for Infi finding this kill. But the Skellies are still here. But the Kodo got off a Devour as well. And the Lich, the lacking damage of the Lich is really noticeable. If he had 2 more claws, this would be a way different story. But not the case. Happy though, he's chasing for more. He knows this fight didn't go too well for him. Dark Ranger being revived? No. He's hired back from the tavern. Oh, Farseer. What about him? He was forced to TP earlier. Oh, and Happy gets the kill. That's level 4. That's huge. Now he has the level 2 aura. And Happy is with the most scrappy of margins. Still perhaps winning this fight. Undead heroes plus statues plus the aura. So good. And once Infi runs out of mana, things get really tough. The TC and the Shadowhunter really strong if they have the stomps, if they have the heal waves, but once the mana is gone, things can really fall apart. And Happy seems to be coming back in this fight, perhaps slightly overextending into the main base with the ghouls. The positioning there was wonderful with the Berserkers in the back. But now Happy wants to clean up. Takes out more and more Berserkers. I say it again, the damage on the Lich isn't that crazy, but might be good enough. Indeed it is. GG is called. Happy does win that first map after having to work for it. Insane early game. Happy, after he loses that last hit, by the way, after he loses that last hit at the Tuskars, most undeads would have fallen apart right there. But Happy finds a way to come back. He gets that one last hit, gets the null, gets the level 2, and then he gets the important surrounds. 7 headhunters killed in the early game. Resulted in a big lead for Happy. But Infi still got into a very competitive position. He took a fight kind of on his terms, in his main base. And he seemed to win that fight at the beginning. But then Happy swapped it around. That triple silence was also pretty crazy though. When the first big engagement happened, triple silence comes through. Shadowhunter focused right away. And had to TP out. And that's why the TP was missing. Good game, though. Good back and forth. Definitely looked competitive. Yeah, it seems with Orc in this matchup, especially against Happy, you really have to decide the fight early, convincingly, in your favor. Because if Happy survives with his heroes and his statues, once you're out of mana, the table flips, and then you're going to be the one hunted. Because when you don't have Stomp, when you don't have Heal Wave, suddenly everything falls apart. And then also the downside of the Farseer displays itself, because level 3 Farseer with a couple of Wolves doesn't really matter. Level 1 Chain Lightning, meh, whatever. So those first couple of Stomps, those Ensnares, that head on your damage really has to result in big wins. Otherwise, Happy is going to drag you down into the mud in the long engagement. Thank you, by the way, All the Smoke with a 22-month resub. And Dear DT Bob with the first time sub. Welcome. All right, map number 2. Let's see what we get here. Infi has to stick with his race. He announced Orc at the beginning, and he must stick with his map, his race choice for this series. For the next series he's going to play, he's of course going to be free to choose another race. If Happy wins here, his next match is going to be against Sok in the upper bracket final, and Chimiko is waiting down in the lower bracket. So Infi's certainly going to have to play against a human, whatever the case may be, and so is Happy. So what race is Infi going to play against human? Is he going to play Undead? Is he going to play Orc? Is he going to play Night Elf? Normally Infi's best off race is Night Elf, but the best matchup for human is considered human versus Night Elf, which I would agree with. So Infi has lots of options. He also can play Human Mirror. Infi used to be insanely good in Human Mirror. It was always Infi and TH standing way ahead of the pack in Human Mirror for whatever reason. It was really hard to decipher why they were so much better than everyone else in Human Mirror, but they just were. The results reflected this. The Chinese humans, just there was something special about them. Yumiko way back in the day. And also Romantic. Or Fortitude. Back when he was still called Romantic. They were always insane in Human Mirror. Way better than the Europeans. Way better than the Koreans. And I could never figure out why exactly. It was so hard to parse. But yeah, so Human Mirror could be an option, but I don't think he's going to do it. I don't think he's going to play Human Mirror. It's going to be curious. I feel like any race could be a viable pick here for Infi, who is of course the 4-race king. But for now, he's going to play against Undead. Concealed Hill, another map, by the way, where there's not that many creeps to go around. And I would say leveling a 3rd hero here is even harder than on Northern Isles. That's, of course, looking far into the distant future of this game. It's going to be a while before we see a 3rd hero. Important last hits here once again. Infi putting damage on the DK right away. Oh, and he gets the last hit. Happy again. Messes that one up, I think it's fair to say. And not using the coil there a mistake. If the ghouls get attacked, you have to use the coils to save the ghouls. But Infi was attacking the DK, so I think you should have used that coil definitely to get the last hit. Again, here, the ping is a big handicap. Playing on high ping when it comes to last hits is really tough. Pretty sure he's going to use the coil now, though. Yes, indeed. Almost level 2, but not quite. Oh, he's stuck here! The turtle, I think it surrounded him or something. Speaking of surrounds, CORSAIR almost getting caught as well. Oh my god, it's so close. No aura yet. No tech yet either. Now, here it comes. What's the difference? 30 seconds or so? And this again looks like a good early game for Infi. Put a lot of damage on the DK, but on this map there is fountains, which changes a lot. I noticed on Concealed Hill, Cloak is amazing. Because you always can just hide at the fountain. And if the opponent doesn't have detection, there's nothing you can do. Oh, but he's got the reveal. Oh, Infi saw this coming. Headhunter at the lab. The DK. He has a TP.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright. DP forced very early on. Happy used the Ritual Dagger. Trying to get one more kill for that desperately needed level 2. If Infi steals these last hits, that would be so sick. Oh, doesn't quite manage to. Alright, and now we got the aura. And now it's time to flip the table again. Because now it's time for the hunt. That's probably the right way to do it, right? For Orc, like Farsi harass at the beginning, then Headhunter follow up. And once the DK gets level 2, you back up.
A player's forces are under attack.
Ghoul's gonna retreat to the main base. And this early game seems to look much, much better for Infi. He was able to force the TP and slow down this DK significantly. Still far away from level 3. Oh, but Happy returns. Would still love to see some surrounds here. And that's one.
A player's forces are under attack.
But that's still better than Northern Isles. Oh, and he gets a ghoul. Farsi on the other side takes out a ghoul. Traded for a headhunter. On Northern Isles, it was 3 headhunters going down. Here, so far, it's only 1. We got a TC second again, tier 3. And then a bestiary should follow. Oh, what's these headhunters doing here? Oh no! Wait, what were they doing here? Oh no, they were trying to get to the fountain, but then they ran away, expecting the DK to come, but they ran right into his waiting arms. And they enjoyed the embrace of death. And that's again 3 headhunters falling. Happy this time with a Dark Ranger second. The tavern here is so close to the Orc's main base. Farseer could have been surrounded, but Happy wants the kills. Happy's chasing after the headhunters. They also have increased move speed now, but no stomp on the TC. Another headhunter falls. That's number 4. This one is number 5. And Happy always gets these kills, doesn't he? Always. It's so different also how Happy's games look so different from everyone else. Like even when we see Exort playing. And Exort is a world-class player in his own right. Exort is never able to get this amount of damage done early. Against these kinds of players, that is. Alright, now that ghoul died as well, so I think we're up to 3 ghoul kills. But this is the 6th headhunter going down. Oh, but a good surround. Dark Ranger trapped. That's gonna be a kill. With Chain Lightning. Might be able to get the next one. Okay, it's a brutal exchange here on map 2. A lot of units being sacrificed in the early game. And that might be good for Infi. Maybe. Because the Frenzy Ghoul timing isn't going to be as scary with a lot fewer ghouls. Oh, imagine if the DK steals the last hit here. That would have been sick. Looking at the supply. Infi's got the lead. But it's also a lot about hero levels. PC finally got his level 2, and with that stomp, Happy's trying to pull the red camp, but Infi is wise to it. Oh, if this raider finds the Ensnare on the Fiend, that would be huge. Is Infi really going to try to creep this? This would be really risky. Oh, Ensnare on cooldown. Happy. He's around. There's no Chain Lightning. This should be an easy last hit for Happy. Unless Infi does it perfectly. Ensnare on the Raider. Oh, that's not good. That is pretty unlucky. He's gonna use the coil maybe on the Raider. No, he's saving it for the Ogre. And he gets the last hit. And the Raider. Oh, my lord. Sick item, though, for Infi. Legion Doomhorn, one of the best on the map. But that cost him quite a bit. The Raider goes down and the experience is lost.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, orb picked up. The Lich is coming. And level 3 now for the DK. Good thing is, we saw so much action and so much fighting that the Shadowhunter actually has lots of creeps still left over. There's so many camps still available. So this is not the normal kind of CH game. Normally we see much more creeping on tier 1 and 2, and then the third heroes don't have many spots left over. But this time around, it's a different kind of game. CORSAIR. Gonna be forced to use the TP here. Nova. Yeah. Okay, but that was 400 mana for a TP. I think that's fine.
Players' forces are under attack.
The TC is now level 3. Shadow's gonna get level 2 in a moment. The Dark Ranger isn't level 3 yet for Happy. That's an important distinction here. We do have Skellies again. 4 Skellies in the mix. More statues coming. Fiends. The next fight might be over the lab. As you can see, most of the juice, most of the creep camps are still here in the right-hand side quadrant of the map. So this is very valuable real estate right now. Oh, one Berserker. E-Wave committed. Oh, and he finds the Dark Ranger out of position. No Frost Armor to protect her, but good silence on the TC. At the end of the day, though, only one Berserker dies here. The Okami is so fast, dude. With Endurance and the Unholy. Alright, moment of truth. Both players eyeing up the opponent. Who's going to engage first? Happy's mana isn't looking good. He doesn't have a Nova right now. And there's no silence either. Here it is! So, there was one silence. TC has silence. Is he going to break it? Yes! Stomp comes through. Nicely landed. And the ghouls are just getting destroyed. One ghoul after the next getting targeted. One by one. The Kodo Beast! Important to keep that alive, but doesn't quite get it. Speed Scroll committed. Destroyer is down. Can't dispel anymore. And Infi seems to have a great fight here, but the Shadowhunter dies again. Coil Nova with the one Nova that he had. Stomp once more. That is the last Stomp, especially with the Wand of Mana stealing. No mana anymore on this TC, and this is again pretty much the same situation as before. Good start for the Orc, but now we have undead heroes and statues, and Infi's out of mana. As so often, it's about surviving the enemy mana for the undead, and then the superior region can carry you to victory. Easy kill there on the Berserker with the coil. Gets it. Supply lead still with Infi. But I'd say Happy in a better position, especially if he gets this item here as well. Infi though looking for the creepjack. Happy's army indeed, not big. Oh, Ensnare dodged with the statue. Very nicely done. Even on this ping, dude. That's pretty crazy. That's one head-hunter going down. That's the second. That's more Skellies coming. And that's level 2 Skellies by now. The level 3 Dark Ranger is so strong in these scrappy fights. Statue might now be gone, but there must be more statues reinforcing. Certainly. Yep, 2 queued. Happy's gonna have the region here in a moment. When's the Shadowhunter coming back? Here he is. Returns from the altar, but still far away from level 3, and he doesn't have Much mana. Throw the beast. Could be good. But the DK gets caught. This could be a kill maybe. But there's Frost Armor now finally to protect him. Scroll the beast. Activated. And the TC forced out of the fight as it seems. DK has one coil only. Getting ensnared. But not too much follow-up damage against him. Oh my god. Or is there? 100 HP trying to make it to the shop. Invo potion and heal scroll available. Happy has lots of gold. Use the invuln right away. But is still separated from the rest of his army. Hex is not ready yet. No mana for the Chain Lightning either. Oh my god. Happy barely makes it away. The rest of the army is trying to escape through the middle. Whew. Happy at the shop, able to buy now potions. Infi still has the slight supply lead. But because of the mana situation, I still would favor Happy here. Lich getting closer to 3. The statues doing God's work. They're undead statues, though. Maybe they're doing Satan's work. Ensnare on the Drake. That's one Ensnare on cooldown. Happy is not budging. He's not giving an inch here. For free. So that's the heal scroll. That could be very helpful. Big level ups around the corner for Happy. Level 4 DK and level 3 Lich would be massive. Coil Nova on the Shadow Hunter. And he gets the kill. The Lich, though, he's going to be traded. Lich goes down. Ensnare, target, gets the kill. Ensnare from the Murlocs. Are you kidding me? The Murloc ensnared the Raider. Oh, dude, these Raiders have been so lucky, so unlucky, I mean, with getting ensnared. Lich brought back from the tavern. He's about to be level 3. DK already got the level 4. I think Happy now is taking full control here. TC gets level 4 as well. It's also a good level up for him. But it might not be good enough. Shadowhunter benched for way too long. Happy identified the weakness. It was the Shadowhunter. The positioning there, perhaps not the best to keep the third hero alive. Periapt, in my view, also should be on the Shadow. There should be an invul on the TC to protect him. And the Periapt on the Shadow, I think, would be better. Of Giant Strength. Not the greatest item normally, but I think for this kind of game, it's really good. Happy should be aware that he has the lead. As long as he doesn't lose his heroes, he should be in a really good position. 4, 4, 3 hero levels now. It also means the Dark Ranger's AoE silence is going to be bigger and it's going to last longer. Chances of a double silence or maybe even triple silence. Now much better. What's the item here? Scourge Bone Chimes. Okay, that is indeed useless. So many skellies for Happy. Would love to take a fight right now. There's no way Infi is allowed to take a fight at this moment. Happy also bought a TP. And it's Morphin time. 52 supply. Happy barreling down with a huge army. Infi's just standing there! Oh, and he's gonna fight against the Skellies. He's gonna have to invest his spells against the Skellies rather than the army to start off this fight. Good save on the Raider. Happy there, a little trigger happy, if you excuse that pun, with his spells. Big stomp comes through. But you can see now the confidence on Happy. He's so far ahead. He can eat these stomps. It doesn't really matter. And now the TC is out of mana. And Happy has weathered the storm. So far ahead with his destroyers, with his fiends here now. And he's got the strong heroes. Finally, every kill results in more undead units being raised. Or summons, I suppose. Kodo ate a Berserker, interesting. And it's gonna be game! GG called. Infi had a competitive game here. He certainly made Happy sweat. But Happy wins it in the end. 2-0.